Alright, welcome to Clever Chess Trading. Today I want to show you the advances that this projection that I did had. I remember I got a projection when all these time frames were in sync using the Rook Algo. So I quickly want to show you what had happened during these days. The people that like to trade using swings, you can see, for example, that I found that price were on this day. You can see on the 3rd of February all was down. Over here all was down, so I told you that this was a very likely entry. Let me zoom in. So as soon as Wednesday open up here, we can get into a short position. Open around 12, say this close, just want to do it here, and we can put the stop loss, for example, over here around the midpoint. Price should not return there, and we can aim for that liquidity entry. Let me zoom in, and you can see here what happened before. Remember, these lines are the monthly highs and lows. We open up the year here, right? This consolidation, then sweep previous month high into a premium, this premium level, and then go for discount prices. As you can see, it took this low, told you about this price, then came back 2 times before reaching the obvious liquidity that was this. You can see the trade worked perfectly, was a 6 risk reward ratio. We reached the liquidity. Once price did that, quickly start reversing the liquidity. We are now bullish. If we manage to get above this red rectangle that is a daily SPG, it's probable that we are going to continue for new all-time highs, or at least this previous month high. But as you can see, price is currently respecting this, so is not very secure of that. And if we can go higher, we can go past this, then we are going to look for the next monthly levels that are over here. So let me put this continuous contract. You can see here that we got some relatively equal lows, going to put this line over here. This is where price is going, so it needs to respect the SVG that I told you, and it's clear it's going there. If we manage to do this, then this invalidates the idea. We're going here, so we form a swing high there. Price is going to continue swing high, and we break this gap, use it as resistance, drop at least here and then here. Yes, something like this. It's a very large run, you know, from this level to this level, around 6,000 points, 1,000 handles. So it's the business for the NASAQ. I want to show you other assets, for example Bitcoin. Let's analyze this very quick. I currently don't trade this, but let's do a quick analysis. Start the higher time frame, monthly 3 last quarterly levels. Price took the quarterly high, then revert to the low. We break this with this imbalance, use it here, propulse lower, and took out the sell side liquidity. So yes, as long as price stays above this, there's a very huge imbalance in here. Let's just use this. As long as price stays below that, it's going to continue going lower. What levels do we have here? This level, around 54. We go more over here, we got these equal lows, but the problem over here is that we need to measure discounts, and over here we got a discount level. So when price take this, is probably that we are going to revert around this area. This is a very likely point to get in. Going to put an alarm. There you got it. Okay, so this is for the 5. Over here you can see similar things. Nothing new. Noticing this gap that was not over here. The same gap. Okay, I think that's sufficient. Not going long unless we break about at least this 50% here. So just notice sell over here, or when is all sync in the lower portion. Let's analyze this. So here is a sell in the 5, in the 4, in the 3, in the 2. Don't see it very clear, but we got this 3 on this day. So on the 20th of October is all sync lower. Now the daily have not a single candle up since that, and we got this 6 hour. We got some consolidation here, touch this and revert. So for me it's not going to continue higher, at least while we are expecting this. So projection is we may take this liquidity and continue to drop lower. It's a potential gap here. Price may want to fill in. You see the daily chart. It's a gap there. Should stay below the 50% level. And just drop to the 50,000. Yep, that's what I see. 80,000 is the most likely price to reach for Bitcoin and then drop. Of course, if we do this, we are going to go for another high. Don't know. And let's analyze the call. We analyze the call. We have a very bullish market over here. Nothing indicate weaknesses. Because we have this wick in here. But respecting the 50%, is working in that range. Respect the high. Nothing clear over here. All was clearly bullish. Okay, over here we start to see some bearish. The 2 day, 3 days. This day, it is all sync. And we reach what? Here, remember, is the monthly, and here we got the 3 months. Yep. Nothing look really bearish unless we break below that wick. Let's use this for projection. We form an SVG here, but for me it's not a valid SVG. I think this may be going to be inverse to go for higher prices, but if we manage to form a swing high in there, price managed to break below these equal lows, then it's going for this 50% liquidity, and here we got some more liquidity. So this is also a potential scenario for a discount here. Don't think we are going to take these lows, because here we got another huge wick. Price is going to be stuck in that range for now. That's my projection for the call. Let's analyze this DXY. The XY level. So we sweep these quarter lows, we're going for these highs. Very clear drawn liquidity. As you can see, price is just consolidating in there. Nothing clear over here. What do we have below this? Let me see this big drop. We are in the 50% level. So while we are in there, not interested there. I think we are going to go for probably for these prices. We need to break this structure first. And if we do that, we get over here relatively equal lows that could be target. Yes, a potential drawn liquidity, but I don't know. It's very consolidated. So let's look in the daily chart. Looks bullish apparently. This is going for that prices. That is already we took previous monthly high. Price is sitting there, had not go below this. So while prices stay above this level, we anticipate this to continue going higher. Maybe we can make swing low here and reach this point. And if we manage to do this, then it's going for these lows, or at least this previous monthly low. That's for this, and let me use that's the petroleum, very huge move higher. This was the result of a very long consolidation. Notice that week. It's huge. We took out this liquidity, make a big rejection there. So let's analyze the lower time frames. Return up is over here. Analyze the daily time frame to make some projection. We are a very huge wick here, so price makes swing high and swing low is information. If we are going to continue higher, I expect price to respect this. This is our price range. We got these figures already traded to, so we got a gap in here. We are in apparent range, but let's see. We managed to break below this. Anticipate this be use a resistance to go for gross liquidity, previous month liquidity. But if we continue breaking this gap and use it as support, then anticipate price to reach for higher prices. Yes, that's the analysis I wanted to share, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video.